It's not just the tourism industry that would be affected here in the Maldives should the diplomatic war continue. It's also the hospitality sector and the medical sector where India does play a very important role and does extend a lot of assistance to the Maldives. But how is it going to impact all these sectors? To speak on this, I'm being joined by none other than the CEO and chairman of ADK Group, Mr. Ahmed Nasheed, who is also a very prominent business person in the Maldives, was a former MP and has huge stakes in all these areas. Mr. Nasheed, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today. Let's begin with the controversy itself. How do you look at the controversy? How do you think it's going to impact ties between India and the Maldives?
Yeah, the remarks by some of the government officials, it is unacceptable. I think all the tourism sector, particularly all the associations, Matato, Mati, and Maldives, Association of Travel Industries, all the associations has condemned this. So this is very unfortunate and this should have not happened. I believe this current ongoing geopolitical difference will be resolved diplomatically and decisively.
Right. Mr. Nasheed, you are a stakeholder in all these sectors. Should a stern decision be taken by India, and Indians already have decided, many of them, that they're not going to travel to the Maldives, how do you think that will impact the tourism industry? Let's begin with tourism first.
No, it's very unfortunate. Actually, the boycott Maldives has taglines, what is going on, and it is massive, and it is the brunt of it the tourism sector is paying. It is important to understand that the tourism sector was developed with very hard work and of the private sector. Government doesn't have any stake in that.
That's very
Government is a regulatory body only for that. So all the, for instance, like the tourism sector, one of the biggest lender is SBI. So if it is so sad, the brunt of it is being, if the tourism sector has to pay, and I expect that this will be resolved very soon. And it is also unfair because I don't think tourism sector has done anything wrong. Any criticism on Indians and those junior very responsible ministers, which I think a lot of political parties and everyone has condemned. Even I think government also said they are aware of it and they have suspended. I think they will take decisive action. And
do you think there should be termination of the ministers or a mere suspension is enough?
I think they will do a due process on this and investigation, and I think I expect that the Maldives government will take decisive action on them.
Okay. In terms of the tourism sector, have you or your business experienced a lot of cancellations from India?
Yeah, there are. I heard about it. There are some cancellation, definitely. Now, when we talk about the cancellations, that is about 200,000 people about visiting Maldives. They are at the moment on top of the most visited tourist from a country, single country. So we want them to be here, and the tourism sector welcomes them.
There were also some discriminatory remarks against Indian tourists itself. It's not just the Indian Premier and India per se. Some of the social media posts were about the tourists, which has not gone down well with the Indians. And you're looking at not just cancellations, a lot of them saying we're not going to travel to the Maldives. What do you have to say to them?
I think I can understand the sentiments, what is going on the Indian side of it. It is very unfortunate some unseasoned, unmatured people making this kind of remarks. I think we should stop this, and we are in India and Maldives. We have a history. In many things we have been similar, and also we have a geography.
Yes.
We are so close, the neighbor. So these things, the government may come. Government is going on, will change. See, after 2008, we Maldivians decided of bringing democracy We are a very young democracy yet. So what has been really happening every 5 years on election, whoever it is, Maldivians are voting to change it, to bring a new president. So that is the say of Maldivians. That is what they want. So I think this government has recently came into power, and they have been elected on their promises and a manifesto. If I say Dr. Moise, he has been to that position in a very short time. So in that aspect, he is a very successful person, I can say, in Maldivian politics. I expect him to handle this situation very cleverly.
But he came not just with a manifesto and promises, he also came on a pole plank with an India out rhetoric. How difficult will it be for Moise and his administration to really walk back from that rhetoric?
Now, India out, that hashtag line is because some military persons are there. I don't think that will be an issue for Indian government to take those Indian few soldiers who are here to help on the operation of the helicopters. That is not the point here. What is been going on? When that protest were going India out, there was nothing has happened, and that is even prior to the prior to coming into power, all these things will happen. Now the party is in power. I think they will handle this situation.
Do you think they can walk back? Do you think President Moise can walk
back?
No,
what they are asking to take the Indian soldiers or military here, that is a promise that he has made. So requesting to take them, it is for me it's fine, and also for Indian government that is not the issue. But issue is this kind of remarks on derogatory remarks on Prime Minister, and also for particularly for very friendly Indian people. This is really hurting and both sides, and it is getting to an unaccepted level. So I expect this to resolve as soon as possible.
You're also the biggest cable network. In terms of spreading awareness, what is it that you can do to ensure that India is not seen in the light and the manner in which certain sections now in the Maldives looks at India as?
No, Maldivians social media, there is also a lot going on, and also in the local channels there is a lot going on. Even and that awareness and is there. See, we got this 2008 after the new constitution, freedom of expression, right for information, and all these things. So with that, everybody started talking. Earlier we have been locked, but we are still learning that use of that freedom in a responsible way. And you might not know that every president of us is having a very ugly nickname. So which is in our society they listen to these things, but I don't think in Indian society this is acceptable. I can see
certainly not from a foreign country.
Yeah, so I can see even in India sometimes all what Modi, Prime Minister Honorable, what he is doing. Some people may not like it, but they address him very respectfully. No, sir, it is not like that. So here it is a little bit different. So the intention is not to really be to discredit the Prime Minister's office or something. I think they are a bit.
But they were sitting ministers. That became
very junior ministers, yeah. And I think they are very young to this.
And I suppose they will learn their lessons by not being in government and holding positions that are as important as the ones they're holding.
Yeah, they are holding government deputy ministers levels, and they should understand that they are has to be very careful on these languages, and particularly addressing, as you said correctly, to a foreign country prime minister.
Right.
So it's in our most of the people here. They really talk on particularly on these issues, very respectfully, and they don't attack like this. And I am sure they will apologize. I expect, I don't know, I cannot talk on their behalf or government behalf, but I expect this, what has been going on, to resolve as soon as possible.
Right. We've spoken about the hospitality sector, but you're also a very prominent figure when it comes to the medical sector. And India plays a very important role when it comes to treatment, medical facilities, not just here in the Maldives, but a lot of Maldivians actually go to India for treatment. How do you think the medical sector will be impacted should ties sour between the two countries?
Yeah, actually, that is an important point. I do employ a lot of Indians, and we have they are working for us. I started my business with one Indian doctor 36 years back. This particular doctor gave his work for me until his life, the final day of his life. And I am really thankful. I even named one of our building in his name. He was just a staff, excellent person. And after that, his son is working for us, and a lot of very dedicated Indians are there. I became myself by start working with this one single doctor. So I really always value this. So that's with the health service wise, we have one of the largest. We are the largest private hospital, and it's an excellent facility. We do cater more than 1,200, and Indian wise, we have more than 500 super dedicated professionals here, and they are doing their job perfectly. Going on the medical tourism side to India, that is on two aspects they are going. Some are going because of the convenience, because if they come to Malé, you know that Malé is a very congested city and staying here is expensive. So sometimes going from India to it's more convenient, and it is cheap. It is not necessarily because the service is not available. The size wise, it is quite a big. You can check with the Indian High Commission. 150,000 people they travel every year, more than 150 for treatment to India. That is like 1/3 of the population. So on the business wise, I think we are having a robust business relation with India. We do about more than $500 million of trade, and these 150,000 people travel in there. Which is also, I think it is in our, for these numbers, for India size, doesn't matter, but for us it is big. So 150,000 people going for medical treatment to India, and 200,000 coming as a tourist. I'm not going to compare that and this, but what we are saying is it's a very healthy relation. Day by day, the size of the business which we are doing by India is growing, because Indian products are becoming more quality, packaging wise, quality wise. So we are getting more items from them, and it is I can see that it will grow more.
Right, Nasheed sir, you've been a member of Parliament yourself. The parliamentary elections are around the corner, around April, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you think this entire controversy is going to have any impact on the upcoming elections?
Yeah, I think upcoming election is very important for the current government. So depending on how the situation goes, I think it will be very important for them to have majority. At this point of time also, they don't have majority. So the way it goes, I think Maldivians will decide. So what is going on, I think Maldivians are watching that, and they will have their say. They have made their say in the presidential election. And now the parliamentary elections coming with ongoing these things, what has been happening here. I'm sure they will make their say on that election.
And if there is a bad impact on the economy, it could turn in a very bad way for Modi's government.
Yeah, if only, you know. Yeah.
Nasheed Saab, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today. Only expecting, like you said, that ties are bettered between the two countries. But before I go, Lakshadweep is an important aspect. Prime Minister Modi did not mention the Maldives, but development of Lakshadweep should not be coming at the cost of the Maldives.
No, Lakshadweep is having same beautiful nature like our islands. It is 36 islands where 10 island people are living, and development will come there. Definitely will come. But the brand Lakshadweep will be Lakshadweep, and it will be good for in many aspects for tourism. And the brand Maldives will be brand Maldivians. We have currently about in operation 160 plus resorts, and in pipeline there are more. So I don't think there will be any effect because of the Lakshadweep tourism getting boomed, and we should not be fear of that. I think as a destination, maybe it will have some benefit. I can see the potential there, and maybe if it is been open, it is a good destination. I think it is in future to invest there. I am not to threaten because I'm not scared of the tourism getting started there. I don't think that is the whole intention of the Prime Minister going there. I think he is also in an election where in the South part he has to gain his popularity, and it is also a destination which has to be developed, and the Lakshadweep has that potential.
And Lakshadweep is being looked at as an investment opportunity as well. Nasheed sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.